Okay. Allison Richard interview. A camera, take one. Mark. B camera, take one. Mark.
All right, here we are. You and me, kid.
Oh, wonderful.
It is.
The
It
best.
really- it's the best. Well, why are we doing this? We've been together for how long?
41 years, almost 42 years. 42 years of wedded bliss.
Yeah.
Not 1 second has not been wedded bliss.
Maybe there was a second.
Maybe 1 second. And so when we met each other, there was such comfort between us. We didn't think about it even. We just was. Richard and I actually fell in love on the Santa Monica Freeway between the Lincoln and Fifth Street off-ramp. But when he took my hand, this is our first date, when he took my hand and he looked at me, I was driving the car, and he looked at me, he said to me, he said,
"You're so beautiful. You're like an old lady. You're like a young girl. You're like fabulous." And she melted.
I melted, and I thought, this guy is so cute, I can't even believe it. 2 days later, I was meeting his parents, he was meeting my parents, and he met my kids, and he moved in November, and in January, we were on our way to India, and we ended up getting married in India. And that was with a Brahmin priest in a small village. It was a beautiful ceremony. We came back, we had a potluck wedding in the backyard. And what was so amazing is when we got together, which was immediately, he actually moved into my house with me. We met in September, and in November he moved in with me. And I said to him, "Are you crazy? You're moving into a house with 2 teenagers. Are you sure you want to do this thing?" Because he'd never had kids of his own, so he didn't have that experience. And teenagers, that's not an easy thing. And you know what he said to me? He said, "What's yours is mine."
Yeah. We have what people want. We have an enduring love. And I think it's important at this time with so much pain in the world for us to share our love. I think that's why we're doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good news when you realize that it is really simple. I think it's simple to have a beautiful relationship. A lot of people don't think that it's possible, but it is possible. And we're proof.
Yeah. So what is it? What makes it so good? What makes our relationship so good?
Well, we really love each other. We're very kind to each other. We're in each other's corner in every way, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I really want to do whatever I can to make you happy.
And I want to do whatever I can to make you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
really.
Sometimes we get into arguments about that.
Yeah. He'll say, you say, "I want to make you happy." I'll say, "No, I want to make you happy. You know, anything you want, you can."
And then we argue.
Then we argue. But I want
No,
you
I
to
want
be
to make
happy.
you. No, I want you.
No, I want
be.
you to be happy. Are you happy when I'm happy?
I'm happy. Are you happy now?
I'm happy. I've never been so happy in my whole life.
Is that the best?
Delicious is the best.
One of the greatest benefits of being happy with your partner and being happy in your relationship is that it spreads out into the world.
Every act of kindness, it affects somebody else, and they pass that on. You know, it doesn't happen in isolation.
No.
You know. So, and I think the fact that we're old, you know, I mean, you're almost 85, and I was just 81. I think that's what people really are moved by. You know, a relationship that can last and be filled with love. I think it's just really an inspiring thing.
I mean, he's my best friend. He's my lover. He's my baby boy. He's my.
I'm your daddy.
You're my daddy. You're my sugar daddy. There's not a day that we don't tell each other we love each other. There's not a day that passes and we mean it, you know. And we wake up in the morning and we're so happy to see each other. It's so precious, especially now that we're older, because we realize that our time is much more limited than it was 41 years ago. And that we've lived this long is pretty wonderful.
Yeah.
And it just makes everything more precious, not just only our relationship, but our whole life. I mean, just looking at the trees, looking at the children growing up, looking at everything that's beautiful outside is precious.
Yeah. I thought that it's not possible to love more than 100%.
Yeah.
And that's what we did for most of our relationship. But even now, even more, 123%, I think.
Is that all?
Because of our limited time. I mean, who knows what tomorrow will bring. So I'm savoring my time with you.
Yeah.
And so our love is multiplied because we're old.
One of the things that we did in one of our marriage vows, we've been married to each other 5 times, renewing them, not
not
we haven't gotten
divorcing.
divorced and then remarried again. Was that maybe we always remember that each day we have together may be our last. And so that adds the preciousness to the equation, that there's no time to not be kind to each other and to not be caring about each other. We're just lucky to be surrounded by so many beautiful friends and so many beautiful family members, and we've created a wonderful life for each other.
Yeah. I wouldn't use the word lucky, because we created that.
Yeah.
It's our love created the love in our family. But I think it's important to know that even though it started off beautifully, we made it right. We could have screwed it up, but we didn't. We took care with each other. We spoke to each other in kind ways. We behaved in loving ways, and we expressed our love in our behavior, and that's why it worked. One thing that happened is, as we fell in love, it was like the energy just said we had to create. So Alice started on this fabulous path of becoming an artist, and
well, I was born an artist. We were both born artists.
Yeah.
Well, when we met each other, we didn't realize we were artists because neither of us were practicing art. And so after we got together and we realized that our love was inspiring us to go back to our art, we found out, and I started painting, and Richard started playing the drums. He bought my son Jason a drum set and set it up in the garage, and Jason hit it 3 times, and Richard couldn't get out of the garage. He was so excited. And then Richard started sculpting. And,
well, you signed me up.
I signed him up I signed Richard up for a sculpture class, and he really knew how to do it. He could always draw, and he could always sculpt and always do things, but he just could do it. So he has done some amazing, beautiful, unbelievable sculptures. A lot to do with aging.
That was your portraiture was a lot having to do with aging too.
Yeah, we did a lot of portraiture.
It's the way we worked through our fears and curiosity about getting old.
Yeah, we went on that quest at the same time. Basically, we had the idea, and it just happened. And I started painting older people, and he started sculpting older people, and we really were able to look inside by meeting the different people that we've met, and and imbibing their wisdom, it put us on a path to look for the positive side of growing older, and we did a lot of that through our art.
But then you ended up with 2 paintings in the Smithsonian, and you were on Oprah and
Chelsea Clinton, I painted Chelsea Clinton.
Painted
hung in the
Clinton.
White House. I don't know.
And then out of the blue, someone says, "Hey, you should write a book." So we wrote a book, and it was a wonderful book. Won awards, and
The Art of Aging.
yeah.
Rishi's a beautiful writer. He's written 6 books, and they're all about love and aging. And they're magnificent masterpieces, and they're all authentically beautiful. You know, the world needs this. The world needs love. You know, how's that song go? What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Not just for one, but for everyone. Something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what's really needed in this world, for love to spread, and for respect and you know, compassion.
The world needs love, sweet love.
And the truth is that world peace begins at home, wherever your home is. If you can't have peaceful relationships with your family and your friends, then how can you expect the world to become a more lovable place if you can't do it in your own home?
That's where it starts.
It
starts within your heart, and then it really hits the tire hits the road in your relationships, your intimate relationships, and your relationships with your children, with your parents, and it goes out to the people you work with, and even to strangers, and hopefully eventually to enemies. I think that's the way peace will happen in the world. We've tried it through politics and through lawyers and through the military. I think peace has to happen from heart to heart, and I think we're living examples of that. You know, we've created, in a sense, an island of peace around us.
It's true.
And as more people see the importance of love and peace in their relationships, then there'll be more islands of peace, and eventually the world will be taken over with peace. I really believe that. So we're starting that right now.
There's some over here.
Okay.
We can both be alone even though we're together.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's really important.
And we have tremendous respect for each other's space, and we have this deep trust and understanding of each other and who we are, and it's our love for ourselves, our self-love, has gotten greatly expanded through the experience. And self-love isn't an ego trip. It is, you know, it's a trip of feeling good inside and wanting the best for yourself.
You use the word trust, and I would really emphasize that.
Yeah, trust.
I mean,
Totally.
I really trust you. I trust you with my body. I trust you with my mind, my soul. You know, I know that you have no intention to hurt me at all. Well, you talk about kindness, and because kindness is really what love is. It's love in action.
Yeah.
You know, it's what you do. It's not what you feel or what you say. It's what you do, and that's what makes love real. And we make it a point to express our love in words and most important in actions. A few days ago, the were sitting outside, and the clouds went in front of the sun, and Alice just went inside and got me a shawl because she wanted me to be comfortable. And the next day, next evening, I saw that she was a little cold in bed, so I put her socks on her feet. There's no little things. It's the expression of love. And it's so nice to be taken care of, to know that somebody is in your corner 100% and really wants you to be comfortable and happy and safe.
How'd you get so cute? How did that happen?
You did it. Well, really, you did it.
And you did it.
I was a very different person before I met you, and your generosity opened me up and made me more of a generous person. Before I met you, I really wasn't a generous person, but I learned from you.
You're blind. The weirdest thing is that you know, as we've gotten older, you look in the mirror and you look at yourself and you just see this wrinkled mask showing up on your face and your body that you didn't have before. And yet, for each other, and he has the same thing. He's got his little wrinkles going.
No.
But, you know, it's so beautiful. It's just such a beautiful thing. It's a reminder of the preciousness, again, the preciousness of everything. Because everything really is precious. And I think that he's the handsomest, most beautiful person in the world.
And she's the blindest.
The blindest person.
But it's really true. I mean, I look at her face.
He doesn't scream.
I mean, I see the light behind the wrinkles, and I mean, you know, I really see you as this beautiful creature.
You better get your glasses checked immediately.
Yeah.
You know, we also, as you can see, we have a lot of humor between us. I mean, we wake up in the mornings and usually we're laughing about something stupid. I don't even know what it is.
What's my middle name?
Stu.
And what's that for?
This is going to sound weird.
Stupid.
Stupid, because we
have this stupid humor.
Stu. Oh.
The humor was the thing that really attracted me
Yeah.
to you. It was just, I like to laugh.
Yeah.
And you make me laugh.
You, I'm in love with you. You, I could be so true to someone like you.
I think that's enough.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun together in our life. We've traveled the world. One time we took a year off and traveled all over the world together. And we had no reservations except the first night. But the whole trip was just an adventure, and there was only one argument we had. And that was, in the whole 13 and a half months we were gone, there was one argument that we had, and that was what time the ferry boat left from Santorini to Crete.
And you were right.
And I was right.
I'll never live that down.
No, I'll never live that down. We're really, you know, living each moment as like it's a precious jewel.
Yeah. Because we know there'll be a time.
Yeah.
There'll be a time when we won't be together, and the person who survives is the loser. It would be so painful.
Makes me want to cry just thinking about it, for sure.
Yeah.
And we each say that I'll you die first, you know, just so that you don't have to suffer. We both feel the same ways.
And we know it's not going to be long. You know, we're old. We were standing at the doorway and looking in at old age, but now we've really entered, and it's a different thing.
Maybe we're going to just have to die in the same moment or something.
We'll try that.
But it can't be a violent thing. You know, it has to be just we look at each other and we say, okay,
Time to go.
just like you know, we die and that's it. In your life, you've at least earned some degree of wisdom. We're just so lucky that we found each other and we were both dancing to the same tune.
What a beautiful, beautiful sunset.
God, we're so lucky to be alive.
Yeah. We're on our tiny little plot of land, riding on this giant mud ball around the sun.
And we're standing here in these amazing bodies.
Yeah. But the real miracle is that we're together and we love each other.
The real miracle is love.
I wish that miracle for everyone.
I do too.
Husband's work is never done.
You're such a good boy.
I am.
I love you.